Welcome to episode 5 of Area 69 After Dark. Oh my goodness. Honestly, you guys, I am really proud of myself because we're on episode 5 and we're still going strong, dude. We're going strong. Now, I don't know how many episodes are going to be in season 1. I don't know yet. You guys will find out eventually, but I'm so proud of myself because, dude, y'all already know. Y'all already know how Miss Annette 69 is. I like to start projects and then I kind of just give up on them, you know? So I'm really proud of myself because this project actually means so much to me that I'm like, I really don't want to give up on it. I really don't want, no matter what I'm going through, I really don't want my emotions or just like my day-to-day life to interfere with my projects that I'm actually passionate about. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people like to be like, well, social media isn't a job. It's not a job. But I'm like, girl, I never clock out. Like, I don't clock in, I don't clock out. Like, I'm always just constantly working 24/7. Even if it might seem like doing social media is so easy, it's really genuinely a lot, dude, a lot. And I don't have any employees, bitch. Like, I work 100% by myself. Like, I do not have employees. I've had employees in the past. Shit always goes south with employees, and I just kind of get put into a position where I'm like, you know what? I've been doing this by myself. Fucking 16-year-old, 15-year-old Ani was doing this shit by herself. I don't need management. I don't need an assistant. I could do it myself. So, you know, when you've been this long in the game, it's really genuinely, honestly, much harder now than social media was back then. For many reasons, because, dude, it's so hard to keep up with everything when you're a mom. And also when there's so many new creators coming out, dude. Like, and I'm not young like that anymore. I'm not young like that, you know? So it's a lot. We'll get into that. But as I was saying, what was I saying? I was saying that I'm surprised that we're on episode 5 because life has been really difficult as of this past week. And I don't want to say difficult, but it's just been way more challenging because Emiliano is very active, girl, like very active. I really didn't believe the moms that would tell me like, oh no, it gets easier as they get older. Honestly, bitch, no, it doesn't. It gets harder as they get older because they're more curious. They want to do more. They want to go climb this. They want to go open this drawer. They wanted this. They wanted that. They want to put their fingers in the fucking outlets and shit. Like, girl, Emiliano, he hasn't started walking yet. He's not too confident to like actually walk, but he's like wanting to just be more on his feet. Like, he's more eager to explore things. He's more eager to do shit. Like, now he's at the point where if I'm like, Emiliano, no hagas eso. Like, don't do that, papi. Like, you're gonna get hurt. Like, papi, don't. No, allí no, caca. The more that I say that, he's at the point where he's like, mee. Like, he gets hyped when I'm getting him in trouble. Like, he gets hyped, girl. So, it's been a lot. This past week has been a lot. I really haven't been active on social media because I've been busy being a mom and trying to keep my composure, trying to still keep my head on my fucking shoulders, bitch, because goddamn, I feel like this past week has just been a lot. Like, you know, me and Isaac have been arguing and stuff, and adding that into Emmy being tremendo and shit, like, it really just kind of, it's a lot, girl. And then honestly, this time of the month is always a bad time because we're at the end of the month. Here comes the first, here comes the fucking bills all over again. So girl, yeah. It's been a lot, and I genuinely did not think that I was going to be sitting here and filming this episode tonight because I'm filming these episodes like week by week, okay? Like, I'm not pre-filming any of this. Like, I'm actually doing it. Like, if I'm filming early, it's like, oh, okay, I have to upload on Sunday. We're gonna film it on Wednesday, and then I edit Thursday. Do you know what I mean? So it's very like back to back. Like, I genuinely don't even really have time like that to sit here and pre-film shit. So originally I was supposed to have Alanized on this episode, but he ended up getting sick, so obviously we had to reschedule. My studio's here at the house, so I can't risk my son getting sick, you know? So I feel like we had scheduled to film on Wednesday. Today's Friday, Friday night, and shit piled up. I was editing the Quince video. If you guys haven't watched that yet, I did upload my Quince footage that we were talking about in last week's episode, but I did upload that. So I was kind of focusing on editing that as best as I could, because Emmy's super wild, so we have to be watching him like 24/7, like both of us, you know? So I genuinely really didn't think that I was gonna upload this episode tonight, but I made it through. I pulled myself together, and I was like, bitch, you're not feeling good. Emmy's not feeling good. Shit's kind of, you know, hectic, whatever, but you're still gonna sit down and just kind of film an episode. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. At the end of the day, I feel like since I've started this project, I feel like I have really, really gained a relationship with you guys. Up until now, episode 5, we've really built a stronger connection, a stronger relationship, and you know, like that makes me happy. I feel like that is what makes me happy, especially now that I'm a mom, now that I'm more like at home, like I'm not partying and stuff. Like, there's a lot more important things that I appreciate more now as a mom than when I did back then, you know, if I'm being 100% honest. So I really didn't want to let you guys down, and I pulled myself together, and I still managed to get cute. Girl, I'm serving a motherfucking look once again, because I was like, you know what? My girls always see me busted as hell in all my vlogs and shit. Like, the least that I can do is look fucking cute for myself, of course, and for you guys as well in my podcast episodes, because girl, we gotta get it together at one point. You know what I mean? Like, we gotta get it together. So that was definitely my mindset right now as I was getting ready. I was like, you know what? I have no clue what we're going to be talking about. I'm just going to get into it, and we're just going to roll with the fucking flow, because now that I'm sitting here and actually like talking to you guys, I feel like we're on a FaceTime call right now, and I actually want to talk now. Like, I actually want to talk. So I don't really have anything specific that I'm going to touch base on in today's episode, but I figured, you know what, let's go ahead and answer all the questions that you guys always ask me. Mom stuff, just regular shit, just drama shit, whatever. We're going to talk about it all tonight, okay? I might go get a shot really quick. This week has been really stressful, girl. Really stressful. And I feel like my wig right now is giving very conehead energy, if I'm being honest with you. But don't judge her too hard, okay? Because this is a synthetic wig. Honestly, I feel like I'm getting kind of hungry. And I feel like I'm going to go upstairs and make myself a sandwich really quick. Because sometimes, dude, those sandwiches be hitting the motherfucking spot. Like a nice little turkey sandwich. Bitch, that sounds so good. With some little chips. That sounds good. Should we do a little ASMR moment? And then we'll get into the questions. So I'm sitting here scrolling, and tonight everyone is... I still haven't made my sandwich, by the way. I'm hungry as hell. I haven't ate since the morning, but I'm scrolling here on TikTok, or Instagram, I mean, and I'm seeing everyone at the Beauty Creations and Muriel Twins collab party, and I'm sad. Like, I'm actually kind of sad because I wish that I was there. I wish that I was invited. I'm getting FOMO right now. I'm definitely having my little FOMO experience right now. Back in maybe 2019, 2020. I honestly don't even remember what year it was, but it was back when I ended up, collabing with Beauty Creations, and I came out with my collab, my very, very iconic collab that you can still currently find everywhere. Honestly, you can still find it everywhere, which is crazy. I'm not even gonna lie. It's really, really crazy because I don't get any of that. I don't get any profit off of that. I don't get anything off of that anymore. The AIA Awards was a thing. And this was, I believe it was the very first year that they actually had like an actual genuine award show. And it was so iconic, dude. Like they had a red carpet. It was so crazy. I remember when I got hit up by the AIA Awards team or whatever to let me know that I was nominated for Best Collab of the Year. I was fucking shook. I was so excited. I was so hyped because obviously I know in my heart that my collab was a really, really iconic collab. You know, I appreciate beauty creations when our, you know, relationship was good, positive, and everything. It was a really iconic moment for us. I feel like it really set our brands for the both of us. I feel like it really put us both in a really we just got so much exposure. That collab was just so iconic that it reached so many stores. It hit way bigger than I think both of us expected, honestly. So getting nominated for Best Collab of the Year, I was like, what the fuck? I'm so fucking down. And keep in mind, dude, at that point, I don't know about now. I don't know how it works now, but at that point, I genuinely didn't know who was gonna win. They don't let you know. They just invite you to the thing. You show up to the red carpet and that's that. You know what I mean? So I got invited and I remember I told my mom to come with me because my sister also got nominated. So of course Jenny went and Emmanuel went. So I told my mom to come with me. I wore this super iconic like tutu almost. It was very like goth energy, very edgy. I love that look so much. So I was serving a motherfucking look and I took my mom with me. And I remember even up until I arrived in Hollywood, I believe it was in Hollywood, even up until I arrived to Hollywood with my mom, I was like, dude, I started to panic and I was like, oh my God, I don't do good with like social gatherings like this. Like y'all already know, I'm an awkward fuck, honestly. So going to things like that, it's nerve-wracking. You know, they do interviews on you. You take pictures for Getty Images and shit. Like, bitch, that's literally like celebrity shit. You know what I mean? So I was nervous. I didn't want to go. I remember me and my mom even got into like not an argument, but like a little mini argument, I guess, because I was panicking and I was like, you know what? No, I'm just gonna go back home. Like, I can't do this. And my mom was getting mad at me and she's like, dude, how are you not gonna do this when you're literally right here? Like, no, you're gonna go. I'm here with you. You're good. So we ended up going. I walked the red carpet. The pictures come out iconic and stuff. And then it comes to the actual ceremony. Everything was amazing and stuff. And then they finally get to the Best Collab of the Year panel. And bitch, tell me why they say Net 69 and Beauty Creations. And I was like, what? Like, I was so shocked, dude. I was so shocked. I had no freaking clue that I was even that close to like, I genuinely didn't think I even had an opportunity to win that because I'm pretty sure I was up with, you know, the big dogs, the OG influencers and stuff. So I genuinely did not think that I was gonna win that title. So when they called my name, I was like, what the fuck? So, of course, I panicked and I gave my phone to my mom and I walk up the stage, girl. I had to do what I had to do. So I walk up the stage. It's fucking quiet. Like, you can literally hear my heels, my footsteps on the fucking floor thing or whatever on the stage. And I walk up to the mic and I was like, oh my God, I genuinely didn't even try to prep a speech in case I did win. I had no type of confidence in myself in actually winning. So I didn't even prep a speech or anything. You know, I didn't mentally prepare nothing whatsoever. So I walk up to the mic. This is being live streamed. There's people in the actual theater or whatever. So I'm over here like, okay. Just look on top of their heads, say whatever, and just make sure you thank your supporters because you genuinely would not be here without their support. So that was my number one thing going on in my head, okay? So I get to the mic and I was like, I don't remember exactly what I said, but I said something like, oh, I just, what did I say? Oh my God, or something. Oh my God. I just wanted to go ahead and give a huge a huge thank you to my alien babies, because I couldn't do this without you guys. And I don't even know what to say right now, but just thank you so much. And that's it. Like, that's all I said. That's all I said.
Brand collaboration of the year goes to Anne at 69.
What's good? Oh my gosh, I'm so happy right now. Yes, thank you. Oh my God, I honestly have no idea what to say right now, but thank you so much. None of this could have been happening right now if it weren't for all of my alien babies. Thank you so, so much, and I love you guys. Thank you. I walk off the stage and I'm like, oh my God, I could have said so much more, but I was in disbelief, girl. And right behind the fucking curtain was Miss Kim motherfucking Kardashian. Kim Kardashian was behind the fucking curtain right there, about to go up after me. And she goes, I like your outfit. And I was like, thanks. What the fuck? Bitch, so I was hit with shock back to back. And I was just like, oh my God, what is going on? So, I ended up taking my pictures with my award, and the entire time that I was processing everything, Kim Kardashian complimenting me, like, bitch, what? You're gorgeous. Like, I wish I would have said so much more to her. I really wish I did. But I can never go back to that. So that's the only memory that I have of that. And she was genuinely really short, dude. Amazing, beautiful, gorgeous woman, dude. She was gorgeous. But yeah, so in my head, I was like, dude, I could have said so much more, but fuck it, whatever. I did the best that I could. Okay, so as you guys can see, we have the essentials for right now, okay? Oh my God, I literally feel like I'm hanging out with you guys right now, and I am living for it. So we have our regular, just plain old white bread sandwich. And then I did also pair it with some kettle cooked. I'm salivating, bitch. Kettle cooked Lay's, the jalapeno flavor. And then we have this really tiny can of La Costeña jalapenos. These are bomb. They're especially extra bomb because they're from Mexico, okay? So every time my parents go to Tijuana or Ensenada, they always have to make sure to bring me back a mini tiny can of jalapenos because they're just better, okay? On the left right here, I also have a little shotty shot. So this is Crown Royale. I don't know. Is that what it's called? I don't know what it's called, but Crown, the apple one. I love whiskey. I actually prefer whiskey over like tequila or vodka or anything, honestly. If like I have a choice to choose what I'm going to drink, it would be whiskey, but that's what we have here. And we're just going to go ahead and chase that with a little blackberry bubbly. If bubbly ever wanted to like, sponsor me and they were like, hey, shake your ass and shake your tits as well, and we'll give you a lifetime supply of bubbly, I would do it. I would do it. So bubbly, if you want me to do that, let me know. Just kidding. Not really. No, but genuinely, I love bubbly. Okay, I'm stalling. Cheers, you guys. Ugh, I know you guys heard that gulp, because it was a tough gulp. Just a plain old little white bread sandwich. It looks boring because it is boring, bitch. I'm a boring bitch when it comes to food. If you hate ASMR and you're listening to this, I'm sorry. But I'm actually going extra ham because I'm hungry as hell, bitch. Like, I'm literally salivating. Oh, the chile. The bug. Okay. With the chilito. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. With the chilito, bitch, a little carrot and a chilito. How about that one? Okay, carrot and the chilito. There was no reason for that to be that fucking good. I'm upset how good that fucking was. Girl. I'm not a carrot type of bitch. Like in the chiles, I never pick the carrots. But that shit was good. And you know what? I think I finally concluded just right now that I'm a fucking senora because only the senoras like the carrots, bitch. My mom likes the carrots. And I always hated them. Until now. I think I'm a senora. Okay, guys, let's just get back to like normal. The normal content, okay? But I'm actually genuinely eating because, dude, honestly, I feel like I kind of have like a unhealthy relationship with food. Like, the way I think about food is like, okay, it's not that important. I'll get to it when I get to it, and I have other stuff to do. Like, I need my energy for something else to do. Like, even finding time to cook or make myself something to eat is hard. And I've kind of always been like that, but now that I'm a mom, I feel like I feel it even more. Obviously, like, I will cook for my son no matter what. I make him his little meals and stuff. But when it comes to me, like, I don't care if I eat or if I don't eat. Like, I'm like, whatever. So I feel like that has been catching up to me as of now. I feel like my energy levels are just like so like low lately, you know. But it's literally because like I'm always in chinga. I'm always up and down, up and down, up and down, and I don't energize myself enough. But I caffeinate myself, girl. I caffeinate myself, and that's bad, you know. So I don't know. I feel like I'm really trying to channel pregnant Annette, because when I was pregnant, dude, I grew an actual passion for food, bitch. Like, I actually was like, oh my god, food sounds so good. I would actually eat meat hella, dude, like hella. And you guys already know I'm like hella picky with meat. So for me to like reflect back and be like, oh my god, I used to eat brisket and ribs and all this shit, it trips me out, dude. It trips me out because now, like, I'll have a little bit, but I'm not like like, I'm not like that anymore. But when I was pregnant, I was like, damn, girl, put it away, girl. You know, I was literally like that, like legit. And I miss that. Like, I miss my relationship with food when I was pregnant. It was just way better. It was great. I could eat anything, you know. I don't know if that would be considered like a eating disorder or anything like that, but I just have like a weird relationship with food. I don't know. I really couldn't tell you like what it is, but just me telling you guys, like, as a homegirl, you know, that's just kind of like what I deal with, you know. Bitch, honestly, like, I feel like I feel like I have to start reading books more because, like, my vocabulary is trash. Trash. I know it. I see comments about it. I know it. My vocabulary is definitely something I have to work on, but I'm not gonna work on it for you guys, for the haters, but I'm gonna work on it for me because I've been wanting to do that. Okay, so I'm finally done with my little sandwich. I'm literally seeing these for the very first time along with you guys. Let's go ahead and get into these questions. Okay, so most unexpected thing about motherhood. What would the most unexpected thing about motherhood be? I think maybe like how much you would lose yourself in motherhood, you know, because it's really easy to sit here and be like, oh no, I got myself, like, I'll still make time to like do my makeup and stuff. And even when you do get the times to do your makeup, sometimes you just don't feel like it, you know, like you don't feel like putting yourself together. You don't feel like doing any of that. You're just kind of like, you know what, let me just lay down and go to sleep or something, you know. But I feel like that's the hardest thing about motherhood, and the most unexpected thing, like having to find balance between like, do I want to sleep, or do I want to give a fuck about myself and how I feel, you know? And that's like a really, really big pill to swallow, because you're kind of put in a situation where you're like, should I give a fuck about myself, or should I give a fuck about keeping the house clean and doing this and doing that or whatever, XYZ. But I think for me, I just kind of started to, you know, be like, you know what, if the house is dirty one day, it's fine. It's fine. I'll get to it, and I just have to do it. Like, you know, like even to film the podcast, I go through that every single time. Like, obviously Isaac helps and stuff, but he works, and he's literally about to go to work again. And, you know, he's been on PFL. So I'm kind of like, fuck, because I kind of got used to like him being here and helping and stuff. So I'm sure I'm probably gonna like struggle, because I actually started the podcast when he went on his PFL. So, you know, I don't know. Like, I am really curious to see how this goes. I'm not gonna lose faith though, because like I said earlier, like this podcast really means a lot to me, and my connection with you guys really means a lot to me, and I know that it means a lot to you guys for me to keep my word. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm gonna post every week on a Sunday, I'm gonna post every week on a Sunday, you know, because I know how it feels when a network or whatever, like Zeus, dude, sometimes they be saying they're gonna post and they don't post. Like, I'm trying to watch baddies, girl. Like, I'm trying to watch baddies. So like, I get it, you know, I get the struggle. I get it. Like, I get it. So I really don't want to like lose my momentum in this, and hopefully I don't. But you know, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. For sure though, like my mom always comes through. And I'm more than sure she's down to watch Emmy for a few hours for me to film the podcast. But, you know. So the next question is, how do you and your man keep your sex life going after a baby? I feel like baby takes all energy. So I get this question a lot, dude. And when I say a lot, it's probably like one of the number one questions that I get since I gave birth, you know. And dude, let me take a sip of this really quick. Okay, look, I don't know what like the general amount of times to have sex after having a baby is. Like, I don't know how many times couples have sex, or what's like the average weekly for couples to have sex after a baby. I don't know that. So like, I don't know if my sex drive is normal, or if I don't know if it's like overly, like, I don't know if it's too low. I don't know. I don't have anything to compare it to. But speaking for myself and me and my partner, I feel like our sex life really hasn't changed. I feel like if anything, it's kind of increased in the sense of like us wanting each other. I'm trying to figure out how to say this without it sounding like super super weird, but in the sense of wanting each other and like wanting to, you know, do the deed, I feel like it's increased, honestly, but the amount of times that we do it has obviously decreased for obvious reasons, because we're parents and we can't just be doing it in front of our kid or, you know, like while we're watching him. So the sex drive has increased, but the times that we do it has decreased a lot. For us, we have sex every day. And it's when Emmy's asleep. So at night. During the day, I can't do it. If I end up having sex during the day, I am done for the day. Like, I want to go to sleep. It's night time, you know, bye. So that's why I only limit it to the nighttime. But I would say our sex drive is pretty healthy. Me being awkward? Yeah, no, I would say our sex drive is pretty healthy. In terms of my sex drive, speaking for myself, I am always tired, dude. I am always tired, and I always make an effort to get that time in between me and my man, you know, me and Isaac. This feels so weird. So I always put in an effort to make that time for us, because I feel like that's important for both of us. I feel like it improves our girl, like, you know, like, girl, like, I'm trying to get some dick. Like, I don't know how to explain that. I'm just trying to get some dick, you know? But it does get hard when I'm tired. So, like, it comes to a point where I'm like, okay, again, I have to make sacrifices. And I'm like, okay, do I want to lose an hour of sleep to have sex, or do I go to sleep? You know? So it just depends on the day. Like, it just depends how tired I am, like the vibes, you know? Yeah. So that, I guess that answers that. I feel like I'm going on about it like so much, but yeah, that answers that. What? Sammy Montes said, random thought, I had remembered that you gave out nugs to your family one year for Easter. And I was like, what? Like, reading that, I'm like, what? But I really did. I have to find that vlog. Oh my God, I have to find that vlog. Dude, that is so freaking funny. My pothead ass, dude. An S69 being an S69, bitch. Legit. I do remember that. That's freaking hilarious. Lovely Jessie said, why did you only show your son when you started promoting your podcast? You know, I know that it might seem like I just did it to like promote my podcast, but that genuinely was not the case, dude. One thing about me is, like, if I really wanted to use my son for like promotion and stuff, I would have shown him since he was a newborn, because all those newborn photos, like, girl, that's likes on likes on likes on likes on likes, you know, like clout on clout on clout. But I really didn't do that, you know. It just kind of got to a point where, like I said in my first episode podcast, I was starting to encounter people that were trying to take pictures of him, trying to just be weird and shit. And realistically, I can't hide him from the world, you know. Like, what more can I do? Like, I can do whatever I want. I can try to do whatever I can in my power to keep him private, to keep him, you know, away from the medias, but the media will not allow that. I work in the media. Like, this is my job. I can't avoid that. That's one thing that I can never avoid. I will never be able to avoid. So, you know, it got to a point where I was like, why am I gonna keep my son from having the best childhood that he could possibly have by keeping him in the house, locked away from the public, because that's the only way I can do it. I can't go down to Stater Brothers. I don't live in a secluded island. You know what I mean? Like, There's a lot of you guys that know where I live. There's a lot of you guys that have encountered me. So it's like, what more can I do to try to avoid to keep him off social media? You know? Like, I'm not going to sit here and seclude him and keep him from going to Disneyland one day, or going to fucking Stater Brothers, or going to TJ Maxx, you know, because I run the risk of getting pictures taken of him, you know? So whatever. At the end of the day, it's like, I know I am trying to be the best mom that I can. I am the best mom that I could possibly be to him. And whatever comes our way, like, all I can do is just try my best to make things right, do things the right way, and just bring him positivity. You know, that's my biggest thing. I just want him to have a good childhood. I don't want him to go through shit, whatever, you know? Like, ugh, girl, I could talk about this like all day and night. I did not show him to promote my podcast. I did it because I came to a point where I kind of felt like I couldn't hide him anymore. So Mark said, what happened to your OF? So as you guys know, I did have an OF for like a very short period of time before I got pregnant. And at the time, I was just kind of like, you know what, like, fuck it, like, I'm just gonna make money off of it, whatever, like, it's a quick buck. Like, I already post shit that's pretty provocative on my Instagram, you know, whatever. So I kind of went into it like thinking that it was just like a whatever thing. But once I actually started to like see the actual platform, it's pretty much like a whole like Instagram in itself, if that makes sense. So like, you have to DM people, you have to interact, you can go live, I think you can this and this and that. It's like literally like a MySpace, but like for like sex. Personally, I never interacted with the people that were subscribing through DMs or anything like that, because I always felt weird about it. At the time, I was already with Isaac, so I just felt weird about it, you know? Like, Isaac didn't really care if I like posted pictures or whatever, because it was practically shit that I post on Instagram already at the time. So he really didn't care, and he was like, well, you know, make your bag, sis, whatever. So I didn't do the DMs out of respect for Isaac and out of respect for myself, because I kind of just felt like weird about it, honestly. Just knowing that I was in a relationship, like, it's pretty much sexting with a guy that you don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. This is no shame to anyone that does this, by the way, but personally, I'm talking about my experience, and it just made me feel weird, you know? So I ended up just deciding to leave that, because I was like, I just kind of feel weird about this, you know? And people were, the guys at the time that were subscribed to me were getting so mad at me because I wasn't consistent with the posting. I wasn't DMing them back. I wasn't doing special videos for them and stuff. So at that point, I was like, okay, I feel like I'm starting to get weirded out by this, because let's say I go to the grocery store. I didn't fart. That was my fucking foot on the chair, okay? I promise. But in my head, I was like, what if I go to the grocery store? And at the time I lived alone also, by the way. So I was doing everything alone, whatever. I was always alone. So it got to the point where I was like, what if I'm at the grocery store one day and like there's a guy that follows me on OnlyFans, and he's like obsessive and he follows me home and stuff. Like, what am I going to do? Like, what am I going to do over some money? Do you know what I mean? I don't know. Like, I'm not rich enough to be able to have security here at my door. If I was rich enough, that's a different story. But like, girl, that's not what I'm at. You know what I mean? So it got to a point where I was like, I don't know, this is starting to freak me out and stuff. And then I ended up getting pregnant. And then once I got pregnant, like, a part of me felt kind of, you know, guilty a little bit when I would think back at the fact that I had the OnlyFans, you know, especially knowing that I was having a son. Do you know what I mean? It just made me feel really uncomfortable, because I was like, what if one day my son's at school and one of his friends is like, oh my God, look, like, you know, here's your mom's pics from OnlyFans. You know what I mean? And that just made me feel so bad. Like that actually really made me feel bad, you know, because I was like, I don't want my son to get bullied over anything. I don't want to, you know, do shit that he's going to be like, what the fuck, you know, like, oh my God, like I just don't want to harm his childhood in any way like that. And won't be coming back with the OnlyFans because of my family. I feel like I just don't want that in our family, you know? So that's kind of just how I feel about it. I think my veneer is cracked. Dude, it's literally cracked. I blame the fucking kettle cooked Lay's, bitch. Black Dahlia said, how do you work on your social anxiety? Genuinely, I feel like when I was pregnant, I obviously didn't smoke. So that gave me a lot of clarity. So I feel like during the pregnancy, I lost my dependency on marijuana. You know, I didn't really, you know, see the urge in smoking or anything like that. Obviously in the beginning when I first left it was hard, but it wasn't anything like impossible. It wasn't anything extreme or anything, which was really surprising to me because I thought that I was going to have a really hard time leaving the Mary Jane because I smoked so heavily prior to my pregnancy, but it really wasn't too bad. I don't know if I'm just kind of speaking now because I'm here in the future and I'm not going through it, but from what I remember, it wasn't that extreme. So, during that time, I really had to grow balls and just be social without the Mary Jane. And honestly, I genuinely feel like being social without the Mary Jane is way easier for me now. So normally throughout the day, I do not smoke unless I kind of have like a girl's day or like a mommy day out or whatever. But for the majority, I smoke once Emmy is asleep and, you know, done for the night, you know. But for the most part, I am sober whenever I go to the grocery store, whenever I do like social things. And honestly, I find it easier to interact sober now. But then again, I haven't really gone to many events since I gave birth. So I think maybe if I'm like in that type of environment, I would definitely be very anxious socially. But for the most part, like going to grocery stores and stuff is not as bad as it used to be for me. The majority of my social anxiety was coming from the Mary Jane, like just like always misusing it, always just being high 24/7, you know? Because once you get to a point where like you build a tolerance for it, it's only going to grow bigger and it'll get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And you start doing dabs and blah, 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 you know what I mean? And it'll get to a point where you're like, oh, I don't even feel like I'm high. All right, queens. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this episode up because girl, I am one tired mama and that shot got me extra motherfucking tired. I'm happy. I'm definitely happy that we got an episode in tonight because I was worried that we weren't going to get an episode, girl. Definitely did not want to let you guys down. I didn't want to let myself down. So here we are, episode 5. Okay. Next episode, we will be having a very special guest. So be sure to leave your guesses in the comments below. But with that being said, y'all already know I will see you guys next Sunday at 7 p.m. I love you guys so much. Have an amazing week, queens. And just try your best to stay positive no matter what bullshit you go through. I know. It gets hard sometimes, but sometimes you just gotta, you know, go lay down a little bit. Even if it's for 30 seconds, girl, just close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Get back up. And you got it, girl. I promise you got it. So, I love you guys. Good luck this week. And I will see you guys next Sunday. Bye.